Sat by the ocean and drank a potion, baby, to erase you. Face down on the boulevard, yeah, I couldn't face you. There ain't no use in crying. It doesn't change anything, so baby, what good does it do? Your friends, they all sympathize, maybe I don't need them to. Imagine I'd be your one and only, instead I'm the lonely one. You, me, and a lie. Silence is closer. We're passing ships in the night. There's nowhere to run away. Said, boy, if you want love, you'll have to go and find it with someone new. Do you know who you really are? Are you sure it's really you? 'Cause lies are a funny thing. They slip through your fingertips, 'cause it'll never happen to you. Time wounds all the heals as we fade out of view. Imagine I'd be your one and only, instead I'm the lonely one. You, me, and a lie. Silence is closer. We're passing ships in the night, heading into the light, left with nowhere to hide. Closer and closer, we're crashing ships in the night. Hi, my name is Gravity Groove. That was Queens of the Stone Age with Sat by the Ocean. Man, this whole album, this track is off, is great, like front to back. It's like clockwork. I'd highly recommend you check it out. It is Strixhaven release. And, well, you know what we usually do when release comes around, we usually draft. But we're going to play a little more standard today, and we're going to start drafting soon. I prefer to do the bulk of my drafting after a little more information is available and when quick draft becomes available. As you can see here, we've got Premier Draft, which is the best of one format, which I played a little bit of. And we've got Traditional. But we don't have Quick Draft yet. We've still got Kaldhiem, which we have all the cards for Kaldhiem. So there's not much of a point there. We value drafted Kaldhiem pretty successfully. We didn't spend that much in gems at all, really. And I'm hoping to do it again. But in the meantime, we're going to goof around a little bit here. It says we need to kill creatures and cast red, green, and green spells. So I guess we're going to play a bit of our Temur deck and hope we're not too unlucky. I think we are tier 2. Maybe we can get to diamond. Maybe we'll see some new cards. I doubt it. Maybe we'll just draw a bunch of one-landers like we did in a previous video and suck and die. It's always a possibility. To quote the Mythbusters, failure is always an option. Pretty frequent one on this show. So we've got an untapped green source into a potential Lovestruck Beast on turn 1. Our opponent's showing no companion, so it's probably aggro, though it could be anything. We're probably playing the Triome on 1, and then Lovestruck Beast. I don't see any reason to do it any other way. Ooh, well. Innkeeper is a reason to do it a different way. So we play the green source here, play Edgewall Innkeeper, play the tap land, make the token. Yeah, I think that's the play now. Playing the Snarls, okay. So already we're seeing new cards here. Don't really know what we're up against. Okay, so some sort of aggro pile. Our token here. We do have sideboard tools against aggro, but game 1 I would say we're not very favored. Add a... I couldn't even read that. Okay. Add a 1/1 counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery and only if you've cast an instant. So we did everything here, I assume. Oh. Opponent draws a card and you exile a thing at instant speed. Interesting. And that only cost 1, so that allowed him to grow this as well. Wow. And we've drawn 3 land in a row. That is not good. Let me tell you. Are we casting Mammoth here to get maximum value out of our landfall triggers, even though we know we won't be able to block it? I think we have to cast Lovestruck Beast. Our hand is really flooded out. Yeah, that's not good. Oh my god. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 land and 11 cards. 7 land, 26 land deck, 11 cards is 8.1%. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I guess we need double red for Goldspan Dragon next turn. This thing is really scary once he starts making tokens. Don't really know what our opponent's doing. You know, it would be nice if the game let me read cards. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Okay. Uh-huh. So we have a Mystic Dispute, which I don't think we're holding up here. We could hold up Mystic Dispute and bounce this. I actually don't mind that at all. Let's make him feel this one. So the plan here is to bounce a big threat and dispute something if possible. Plumb the Forbidden. What is this? It's an additional cost to cast this spell. You may sacrifice one or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed. You draw a card and lose a life. Okay, so we're going to do this. Pretty weak draw there. This gives us the Brazen Borrower to flash in. Flying Double Strike. That actually gets me, huh? Okay. Interesting. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough to play this and draw it. We really needed to draw some kind of action here. So if we full swing, he blocks this, takes minimum 5, blocks both of those, has to block both of those. That's probably fine. Oh, I forgot the Love-Struck Beast can't attack. Now any Bone Crusher is lethal. Oh, I should have just cast that. Making all kinds of punts here, folks. Alright, so Bone Crusher is going to be good in this matchup. I think we can bin Obosh for the additional Scorching Dragonfires. We just want more removal against this opponent. Cut our counter spells. Maybe cut something expensive. Elder Gargaroth does seem like it would be a good way to stabilize us. This seems fine. We'll just try to fight it out on the board. It's a cool Planeswalker avatar. Okay, so we have a turn 1 play. We have a potential turn 4 Great Henge. This looks pretty great. Not gonna lie, that kind of sucks. Like to see some Bone Crushers this game. Oh shit. We're in big trouble. We're in very, very big trouble. Double Clarion Spirit's gonna be real hard to deal with. Maybe in our third game we'll draw 1 Bone Crusher Giant. Wow. Draw 1 million cards. Make 1 million tokens. It's pretty good. Maybe the Shadow Spear will allow us to race them, even though their board is pretty obviously superior. That probably kills us. Man, he is great at drawing this card, right? Like it's not even close. He's just drawn this card like 6 times in 2 games, and we haven't seen a single Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah. Feels pretty bad. That's probably game. Yeah, that doesn't seem very reasonable. That we died that fast, that hard on turn 4. Yeah, well, this is a new brew, and that draw certainly makes it look real fucking broken. Again, we do know Bone Crusher Giants. You really need to draw Bone Crusher Giants. Well, there's one. It's not enough. Gonna have to hope we hit more. Yeah, we've got so many 2-drops. There'll definitely be something we want to kill here. Same exact thing he had last time, huh? Just the perfects. Okay, so you know this thing needs to die with extreme prejudice.
To fight beside
Man, this
me.
deck goes super wide, super fast. Are we just casting the Bone Crusher, or are we casting the Great Henge? Or are we casting the Dragon? I think we need to kill Elspeth. Yeah, we need to get those tokens off the field before we can use them to draw.
I have not given up the fight.
Painful. I guess we're just casting the Henge next turn. Never doesn't happen. Okay. All right. Okay, we're seeing a whole different deck this time, huh?
Find out. My stand will protect you.
So we cook this. Kill this. Add double green. Token. Adventure. Assuming something weird like Doomscar doesn't come along. Looks pretty sewn up now. Sure. Does the color matter? Oh yeah, I guess we do want double blue. I guess we did a protection from dragons and demons. Okay. Okay, Brazen Borrower will clear the path for us.
Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
Yeah. Well, that was scary. That was super interesting. A bunch of cards we have not seen ever played in Standard. Huh. Huh. Did they get that from somewhere? Is that original? I guess it's going to be a lot of figuring out what new decks are, huh? Interesting. All right, let's try another one. Just needed to get some removal spells. Back to the same old, huh? So this is almost certainly going to be Sultai. This matchup feels kind of coin tossy for the most part. Pretty much their best turn 2 play. That's real bad for us. Also, there's no shredded sails in this deck at all, so he's just getting full value out of that. There's nothing I can do about it. This almost certainly gets eliminated. And we're at kind of a weird point here because we need double red for Goldspan Dragon, double green for Great Henge, double blue for Brazen Borrower. Yep. Well, there's double green. So I guess we're going with blue here. Probably just throwing out the Brazen Borrower to have some kind of clock, but we're already really far behind. You really want the Love Struck hand for this matchup, if at all possible. He's on schedule to ultimatum in a turn. And his deck just sits on so much removal. I have very little faith that this sticks. He could have his own Mystic Dispute here. If he does, using here would be actually really good for us. Hitting a red off the top would be pretty great. Otherwise, we're just buying the Obosh and can't play that either. Okay, well, there's a red. Get as much damage in as we can, I guess. This gives us mana for Mystical Dispute next turn, if it's a blue spell. Decent chunk of damage. If our land wouldn't have been quite so awkward, we could have Bone Crusher them before we cast it, so they'd actually be at 9 now. Nope. Nothing we can do about that. This card comes out in this matchup. Just costs too much mana for not doing anything but dying. He's healing all the way back up too. Yeah, this one looks like it's over, folks. I think we can safely call it. I'm gonna hope that I can cast the Mammoth this time, instead of just playing it out for mana. Of course, you know, that might fail. The Bone Crusher now to play around Disruption. Sure, he can Disruption the 4/3 body, but at least we've got our 2 in. And Maze Mind Tome on 2 again, which probably means we just lose because he's luckier than us. That's what this game is all about, folks. Do all the Sultai Ultimatum lists run Maze Mind Tome? Huh. Maybe I should be playing my Grixis deck right now that has 3 shredded sails in the main. Not all of the lists run Maze Mind Tome. Huh. Okay. Because we're all odds too, we set up really, really poorly against the extinction event. Probably just getting extinction evented again and then we can't win. Yeah, a lot of these lists don't have Maze Mind Tome. They run Omen of the Sea. I just ran into someone who is running it, and it pretty much beats me. Cast on turn 2. Yeah, I guess we're just casting another one. Does not feel very winnable, folks. He's on ultimatum mana already. Oh, my eye itches something fierce. Ugh. Okay. We did not draw land, which is pretty unfortunate. Sure. Sure. Okay. Wow. So he's going to have enough to buy Yorion and cast it, but we do have Mystical Dispute. Unless he has a Mystical Dispute as well, we should be able to counter an Ultimatum or Yorion. Which might force a concession. So we could go for the land, which would allow us to Bone Crusher and cast it. Yeah, I think we just want the damage, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. crashing. This requires how much devotion? Less than 7. So 1, 2, yeah, nowhere near. We're just going to hope the Colossus can get the job done. So, exile artifact or creature, right? From Tybalt. So we just give him Tybalt and Vorinclex and then he's dead? I think. I'm not sure. It would be nice when there are more than like 3 decks in Standard that are viable, but Emergent Ultimatum makes all mid-range decks kind of bad. And Elder Gargaroth. So he must have Tybalt in hand? Bye-bye. So, some sideboard guides don't bring in Klothys in that spot. I think of it as a recurring shock. And if you can get a little bit of chip damage in over the course of the game, the fact that that's a shock can sometimes be good enough. I don't know if it's worth 2 slots, but it performed okay there. Well, we've got Edge Wall into either Mammoth or Brazen. We have a counterspell. I guess we keep it. I'd really like to see a Love Struck Beast. Thank you. Okay, because we got a land there, we're not going to play this out. If we didn't get a land there, I was just going to play this. And there goes my counterspell. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Yep. That probably kills me. We drew no bonus cards. We got 2 for 1. Yep. And we've now accelerated twice. Yeah, feeling like this one's pretty over, folks. Yep, and he's got ultimatum mana now. Looking pretty dead. Couldn't cast it anyway. Joke's on you. Well. Still pretty dead. We know what's hiding behind the counter is, oh, hey, it's just Behold. Who cares? I thought it was Epiphany. Who cares? Uh-huh. Huh. So now if we draw land, he's dead. Cool. All right. Managed to actually make a little progress today. I don't really enjoy playing against Sultai Ultimatum. I don't know if anyone does, but at the very least, I hate it a lot less than playing against rogues, which just puts me in a bad mood. Like, even if I beat the deck, I just hate it. I hate it so much. Man, maybe there's something wrong with me. I just hate that deck so much. I hate counterspells. So we had pretty good results today. We played against something totally brand new that actually looked really cool. And I might actually have to go back and watch that game because maybe that's something I want to build in the future. And we narrowly got a victory against Sultai Ultimatum. So we were trying to get ourselves to Diamond. Let's see if we can continue and manage to do that this week. I generally don't focus that much on ranking up. It's standard has to be in a really good place for me to really be vibing on it and having fun. I really like mid-range slugfests that are really complicated and interesting. And right now we kind of don't have any mid-range decks other than the one I'm playing, which isn't a heck of a lot of choices to make. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We're going to keep going though. My name is Gravity Groove. This has been Not Safe for Work Magic. If you've enjoyed the show, the content, the games, the decision making, consider applauding, leaving a like in the comments, leaving a comment below would be great, or you could subscribe too. There's also information in the description if you'd like to help keep this thing afloat and help me out a little bit. But thanks so much for watching. I know your time is valuable and there's a lot of cool shit out there on the internet. Thanks for watching a little bit of my internet shit. See you next time. Boom.